Hi everyone, welcome all of you to our fourth Tech Talk session. And today's speaker is also from our development team. So he's a person who likes to, go to gym daily. That's what I heard from him. And he's a person who likes to, watch TV series and play code like games like third-person shooters. So his hobbies are team to become a software engineer, start off as an associate engineer, and then become a senior engineer. So those are his short-term goals right now. So he's none other than Yasit Prabhaswara, one of our own team members. So today he will do the tech talk session, and thank you, Yasit, for taking up this opportunity. So you can take it away, Yasit. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam, for your introduction. Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to talking about monolithic versus microservices architecture and Java design patterns. Let's see go to the agenda. So, okay. First we have to discuss about the topic of what is architecture. So, mm, first I like to ask you the question from all of you team. So what is architecture? Anyone know? Praneeth?
Architecture, as in, it can be aligned with different, things. Like it can be a software, it can be a house, it can be
Mm-hmm.
a product. So
Yeah.
whatever it takes. So I think it should be how that product, house, or software, how it will make. So there should be some planning going on before that.
Yes,
So
yes.
that should be the architecture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point need to I'm also I always need to explain you guys. So I go to the first slide in my presentation. So first I explain what is architecture. The software architecture is a high level structure of a software system. It describes how system is organized, how its main part are divided, and how those parts communicate with each other. In a simple word, we can say software architecture is a blueprint. Actually, it's a template. What kind of template of a software system? Just like an architectural planning is for a building. So it's mean you think team when we are trying to build a new house or building without the execute the process uh, yeah, first step we are create a planning first. After the planning finalized and all the planning passed, we can start the implementation after. So what good help architecture goes to make the system easy to understand, make the system easy to maintain and extend, improve performance and scalability, reduce the technical doubt and future rework. And poor architecture can lead to hard to change code, frequent bugs, slow development code, and high maintain cost. Will maybe comes out without having any proper architecture. So then I go to next step. I will explain. Uh, Today is my topic mainly what is monolithic architecture and microservices architecture. So first I go like gonna explain about monolithic architecture. Uh, Actually, I have one question. Mm, I will ask this question from Sahan. Sahan, I think hope you hear me well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I think, San, we are already always in our academic stage in our studies level in our school in the education. We are
Mhm.
learning science subject. No,
Hmm.
so in our study, we are in a science subject. We are learning monoxide, dioxide, like that word. So,
Hmm.
do you have any idea about mono? What is mono mean?
Okay, I am very bad at science, but from
No,
the
no,
word
I know.
itself,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, from the word itself, I think to consider it as kind of a singular way or a one single unit. That's what I feel. Yes, it.
Yeah. Actually, Jahan, monoc mean one. It's a dioc mean two. So monolithic mean one architecture. It's look like it means all in one. So I will give the definition for it. Monolithic architecture is a software design in which the entire application is built as a single unified unit. Actually, single unified unit is the one mono. The mono mean is that the all part of the system are developed together, deployed together and run as a single process. In a monolithic system, UI business logic and data access are tightly integrated into one code base. Then I will share my whiteboard. I will explain it like that. Okay. Hope you guys see my screen. Whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, this is that black color rounded border is the building. And inside the building have multiple machines, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, such as multiple machines. You think, team, this is a look like a software. We can map. Give me, I will map. This is look like a software. Then software, inside of the software, we have multiple files. No? So when we are building monolithic architecture in a single unit, in a single building, and multiple files, no, multiple machines. So the problem is when we are using monolithic architecture software, Sahan, you think unexpectedly that building broke down. What happened there?
Everything will break down. That's what I feel.
Yes, that's the point I need to explain. Any kind of machine broke down, you think, team? If you think you think any unexpected situation, that flow actually goes like that, no? That is a flow, no? So unexpectedly broken the whole building or some part of this. So what happened? The main one machine also working, but other part are not working. I think, team, you can see my point that I explained. Shahan, others?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So mainly this is the very bad experience with monolithic architecture. If the one method fail, the other methods are directly bound with that method. So that output and result also very bad. So I think if you have any question, you can ask me now. I will give the answers rapidly. Yeah. All okay? Or any doubts there?
I'm good. Yes.
Actually, one advantage has monolithic architecture. The developers can only maintain one program. No? This is a building. Building mean project. Building mean project. Actually, one project contains all the files. Machine are the files. Those are files. So developer can access the files inside in a one project, so easy to maintain, and developer can easily develop their project within the project files, because all project files are inside in a one project, no? But then I going to explain about what is microservices architecture, and after I will compare the microservices architecture versus monolithic. Okay, this is a microservices architecture. So the definition is microservices architecture is a design where an application built as a set of small independent services that communicate over the network and can be developed, deployed, and scalable separately. Each service focuses on one specific business capability runs as a separate process and is a independent development, deployment, and scale. Communicate with other service using APIs or messaging, and we can say Keychain activity as multiple services. The system is divided into many small services such as user service, payment service, inventory service, independent deployment, and each service can be deployed without redeployment. The whole system loosely coupled, and services depend on each other only through well-defined APIs. Decentralize the data. Each services usually has its own database. Technology is very flexible, and different services can use different languages of framework. Okay, then I'm going to whiteboard. Then I will explain both of these. Actually, this is about the microservices architecture. It means one project has the project is one, but one project has multiple project modules. The M1, the M2, M3, those are the multiple modules inside in the one project. That means that previously we are discussed monolithic architecture, all the files are inside in the one project. The one project can maintain multiple modules in the microservices architecture. The benefit is when we are you think unexpectedly broken that machine means that module. You think that is a email service part coded in this side. This is the email service file included module. Email service. So unexpectedly broke down that part. Then what happened to others? Himantha, what do you think about that?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah. You think this part, this is a one machine in a microservices architecture, in a one file. No? So many files include the microservices architecture as a module architecture, modularity project structure. So this is the email service file include here. Then you think unexpectedly email service file broken down. Then what happened other files? I mean, project is working or not working. In a monolithic architecture, project is not working. Then what
This
happened?
one is working, I think. We can use without email service. It means system runs without email service.
Right. So Nimantha, you mean system is working properly, but email didn't send. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And that's the benefit when you think team we are buy some product for the e-commerce web application. Sometime our email notification comes very late. So because the email service part is that part has multiple blockers or multiple traffic. So our email receipt or other notification emails comes to very late after the purchase the product. So that's the reason in monolithic architecture, if one method or if one file failure, it's not dependently coupled for others. So that's the reason our project is working properly, not interrupt for other files and other folders. Yeah, that's the main point I need to talking with you in monolithic architecture and microservices architecture. So team, if you have any doubt, both of these I can solve now. Sahan, Prasad, Praneeth, if you have any doubts.
I'm good, yes.
Yeah, Praneeth.
Yeah, I'm also good. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's I move another side my presentation. Okay. Then we can compare the both monolithic versus microservices architecture. You can see team monolithic architecture mean all in one code base like that. Please team confirm me my cursor pointer you can visible. Sorry.
Yeah, we can achieve.
Okay. The monolithic architecture, we can the UI layer, business logic, data layer, the all files, all needed project files included in a one unit. The all in one code base, single unified application, tightly coupled component, difficult to scale, how to deploy, slow to deploy and update. The microservices architecture given many kind of project modules, so we can deploy IT independently, no any coupling with each others. As a user service, order service, inventory service, we can deploy individually those services. We haven't any doubt about other files. So you think user service tightly coupled order service in monolithic architecture, but in a microservices architecture, user service working not involvement with order service. It can directly not, it can individually working in a microservice architecture. We can say small independent service, loosely coupled and easy scalable. Faster deployment. Faster deployment means we can individually deploy services in a microservices architecture. In the key differences, monolithic architecture is single code based. Scalability is difficult to scale because we are trying to scale in monolithic architecture. All files are inside in a one method in a one project. So sometimes need to change our logic, the big logic. At that time it's difficult to change because the other files are already coupled with the each files. You think we have to modify the business logic in order service. The order service already coupled with other related product service, email service like that class, receipt service like that services. So that's the reason difficult to scale. And deployment, slow and large update, flexibility, low flexibility, fault isolation, entire app affected. In a microservices, high scalable, quick and independent, high flexibility and isolated failures. So I think I covered everything about microservices and monolithic architecture. So entire topic, if you have any doubt, you can tell me, team.
Yazid, a small question on the monolithic architecture.
Yeah.
Can you, give us an example? Like, let's take this post application as an example.
Yeah, our next one.
Yeah, next
Okay.
one. So,
Yeah.
you know that everything is there. It's a microservice architecture, right? But if you can you explain us how, let's say, if you build that using monolithic architecture, what kind of limitations or any some difficult points that we could face?
You mean when I develop Nexo project, what are the difficulties that I face monolithic versus microservices? No.
Yeah, let's assume we build it using monolithic architecture without using microservice architecture.
Right. When I develop, you mean then I have to act as I'm develop the project in monolithic, no?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. When I develop in monolithic architecture, actually developer side all fine because developer very easy to code everything and manage every files in within the single project. But issue is some files are directly coupled other files. You think Nimantha develop order service. I am developing receipt service. That actually order service develop Nimantha, but after order complete, no, when we send receipt, so I'm waiting to come end of the implementation of Nimanta's order services, because the main problem is files are tightly coupled. That tightly coupled is that problem is very high problem to the development for developers. Yeah, that's the main thing. In my side, if I face someone.
So here you are referring file as in you are referring to source code or a component?
Source code. The file source code. Yeah. Okay. My next topic is design pattern. Okay. This question for the developer. I will ask a question from Tarunda. I miss Tarunda. Tarunda, what do you think about what is design pattern? Do you have any idea why we use design pattern and what we need design patterns? Do you have any idea?
I think it's the structure of the software. How we structure the software.
You mean design pattern mean is a look like a structure, no?
That's my
Am I
idea.
correct? Sorry?
That's my idea. That's my idea.
Right. Yeah. Nimata, what about you?
I think it's a pattern. Just think when we are developing a system, we need to use these patterns. Something like we have singleton design patterns like that.
So why we use design pattern? What's the benefit? Do you have any idea? If you have any idea, I will explain, no doubt.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Can you explain it actually?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Then what is design pattern? The definition is design pattern are a standard way to designing classes and objects, solve common design problem in a clean, flexible, and maintainable way. They are not ready-made code, but best practice template that you adapt your situation. Why do we need design pattern? Actually, this design pattern I'm explaining you with Java, using Java language, and design pattern helps to developers avoid to renaming the wheel and write clean, maintainable Java code, reduce tight coupling between the classes, improve scalability and flexibility, communicate idea easily with other developers. Simple Java example here. The problem is you want to create different object without tightly coupling your code there. Java given the design pattern, factory design pattern. Factory design pattern mean if we need to create some object of the using Java, we send the request to the factory and factory manufacture the object and give this object reference as the result. I will explain it more later. Yeah, I will go to next step. Today I plan to mainly discuss with strategy design pattern and facade design pattern because it is a very hidden design pattern in Java, and most of the developers don't know about what are the content in strategy design pattern and facade design pattern. So wait, let's explain. Definition is strategy pattern allows you choose an algorithm or behavior at runtime without changing the main code. This is the main part, main text. This strategy you had remember behavior at runtime without changing main code. This is the main part. In Java, you define a command interface, create multiple implementation. It means multiple strategies. Select the required strategy dynamically when we are running the application. In a simple example, instead of writing many if else or switch statement, the strategy pattern lets you plug into different behaviors when you need. You think real world example, payment methods, credit card, cash, online payment. We can manually write the code about credit card payment and cash payment and online payment. After we are running project, we can select what strategy need to be run in our project. Each payment method is strategy and system choose at one at run time. I will explain it with drawing. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Team, I think you can see my whiteboard.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Actually, imagine this is a road. Okay. I'm not rename it. This is a road. This is a river. This is also a road. I will give this question mainly Praneeth, Prasad, and Zahan. You think all of you guys, you are go through in this road, Praneeth, Prasad, and Zahan, but you need to go to that side road. You are now currently going this side road, but you need to go that road, but you haven't any bridge or anything cross over this river. So what do you do? I don't need any professional answer. I need any kind of answer for this. Sahan first, I think Sahan has some kind of ideas, no? Creative ideas.
So I can't build a bridge, is it telling?
No, it's okay. You
So
can
yeah, I mean, if I can build it, I'll build it so that even others can also use
right.
it to get across. Yeah.
Okay. The Sahan idea is first Sahan build a bridge, after go to the bridge, cross over the river. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Sahan create bridge. Okay. Other one. I ask Prasad.
Okay. I can't swim, so that's out of the table. If this is an urgent matter, then I can hire some service like boat or something if that is available. Then
Yes, it's possible.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Then we'll go through that because that will be quick and cost effective.
I wish like that answer from you, Prasad. You buy a boat, no?
No, not buy, rent.
Okay.
We can rent, or if there's a ferry service or anything available, then we can get that service.
Then Praneeth, what about you? Are you swimming?
Yeah, I think I have the last option, swimming.
Okay.
To swim across the river.
Okay.
If you
Praneeth
swim,
swimming.
RIP Praneeth.
Yeah. Praneeth is swimming. Prasad rent a boat, and Sahan build a bridge cross over the river. Then all of you team, can you see any common points there? Common things. Actually, what those are? Those all are solution for one problem. The problem is we haven't any media to cross over the river, that road into this road. We haven't any option. So all of you three team give me a solution for that. Sahan give a solution. Sahan build a bridge, and Prasad rent a boat. Praneeth swimming. So actually we can say those are strategies. All Oka agree with me? All you agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Prasad, Praneeth, everything fine? That part?
Yeah, we agree. Yes.
Okay. Then you think Sahan's method is bridge. Actually, Sahan also given strategy. Prasad also given one of the strategy. Praneeth also given strategy. But the different thing is Sahan is execute their process different than Prasad one and Praneeth one. Prasad execute the strategy it is different between Sahan's strategy and Pranith's strategy. Are you agree with me? That's point also.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I want to explain one point. Strategy is common. Strategy is common, but different point is how can we execute the strategy? We can say it is as an algorithm. Sahan's algorithm is creating a bridge. Creating a bridge has multiple steps. We have to measure the width of the river and any kind of a step there. That sequence is the algorithm. The Prasad need to rent a boat. Prasad first thing need to find the what can we buy a boat or rent a boat. They have another step there. Pranith have swimming. The Pranith first need to jump into the river and after swim. Any steps there no? So those sequence of steps we have each strategies. Those so we can say as algorithm. Then algorithm, what is algorithm? Or can see or can have any idea about that I told?
Yes.
Did you get any idea about what is algorithm?
Yes.
Algorithm actually very summarized. Algorithm is step sequence process of the strategy. Very simple. Okay. Then I go to the code. Actually, don't very deeply think about the code, okay? Because reason, the code I develop with multiple scenarios and multiple situation I bind the code. I will explain it. Then I get another example for it. You think team. I like to write Prasad name like that. Prasad. Actually, Prasad name has a text, a word 2 times. So then my project scope and project implementation, my example I creating with this kind of scenario. When I enter some text, when I enter some text, the algorithm is searching if the entered text has a letter A. A letter if consists. If the A letter contains that entered text, it gives true or false. That's my scenario I coded here. This one clear all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Once again, I'm don't deeply think about the code lines, okay? Right. We have concept. I will create example from Nimanta and Tarunda, okay? Then Nimanta's strategy, Nimanta create an strategy. Actually, we are implement strategy from main strategies like that. Strategy we create, this is a Java method and we are creating common interface for strategy. We can reuse it anytime. So Tarunda's strategy is when I given string, this is the any value of any value. When I given, it converts to char array. When I say when I try to you think I will send name as Prasad. Prasad name divide into 1 by 1 letters and it assigned to character array. After that character array loops 1 by 1 characters and it checks any kind of letter have A. If the letter have A, return true. If the letter haven't find any like A, it returns false. I think that one also clear all of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The Nimanta's strategy is very simple. Nimanta is very lazy, no? So Nimanta, when we enter any kind of text, it checks actually this is a inbuilt Java method. Okay, inbuilt Java method. Java already given a contain method. Actually, it implicitly generated by the Java. We can write like that. This is a entered value. Okay, entered value. Value dot. We can value dot 8. We can directly return it. Return value dot contain. Value has contain method. Value dot contain letter A. We can add letter A. If this statement is true, if this statement is true, I said I command return true. Return true. If this is true, if this statement is true, you return true. If not, else you return false. That's a simple thing. Okay. Then we have Nimanta strategy and Tarunda's strategy. Both strategies are I explained. I think normal you can get some kind of idea about that, about from the code lines. Team, any doubt you have? May I continue? You can ask me any problems if you have.
I think we are good, yes.
Okay. Then this is the main application. Okay. This is the main application. Then I created the object from context. Context mean actually I think it's better you don't think about it. Yeah, I will create a context. This is the runtime environment. Then I create an object with context. Then I use context dot. You can see I already created executed strategy topic. Okay. I think one thing missing there. Strategy. Give me a minute. Yeah, set strategy. Right. Context, new context. Context dot set the strategy. Then I select the strategy from Nimanta. I create new object from Nimanta strategy. Nimanta strategy. I will send it to object. After I set the text. Set strategy. Can say execute. Strategy dot execute. Here. We passing the result. Result. Then I run it. It gives true. You can see my screen. It gives true. I use the context object. Don't think about that. What about context object? I mean, this is the project scope. When we are run the project, before we can set any kind of strategy that I predefine. I predefine Nimanta strategy and Tarunda strategy. If you need dynamically change, if you need, you think I don't need Nimanta strategy. I need Tarunda strategy. So we can remove this code line and we can enter the new object from Tarundas. So we don't need to internally change this code. Tarunda's strategy and Nimanta's strategy, we don't need hard code because we are runtime, we can change it from here. Then I use Prasad name. Actually, Prasad has a letter in the Prasad name. So it gives true. I remove the A letters. Then what happened? It gives false. The Nimanta's strategy working properly. So then I use Tarunda's strategy. I remove the Nimanta one. Tarunda's strategy. Then I pass Prasad, same name. Once again, I will try. It also working. Prasad also have A letter. Once again, I remove it. It gives false. So I need to explain. We can run multiple strategies that we selected. We don't need internally hard code this Nimanta's strategy and Tarunda's strategy. We don't need remove or modify code when runtime. We can only select from here. This is the need I need to explain and explain you. Team, have you any doubts about that? You got any points? Some kind of idea if you have?
Yeah,
Yes.
I am good. Yasit.
Okay. Prasad, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Nimanta Tarunda also already know this code, no? You must need to know this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you both of you all you are fine team. So then this scenario is I explained like that. The same scenario. The Sahan strategy here, the Nimanta strategy is like that. I can also write Sahan strategy like that. The Nimanta Prasad strategy like that. Tarun, the strategy I coded like that. The strategies we can change. Strategy is common, but the different is how strategy perform. This is the algorithm. Strategy. This code line is common. It means we are using same thing, same implementation, same interface we are using. This is the interface. The interface we are using every time. Nimanta also use this interface. Okay. The strategy is common, but the different thing is how that strategy perform. It perform the internal process. Actually, it is the algorithm. Name Tarunda's algorithm is different between the Nimanta one. This is Nimanta algorithm. Nimanta use inbuilt method, but Tarunda use direct array. I think you can get some kind of idea about that. If all are fine, I will go next step. Team all good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Then I going to explain about facade design pattern. I go to the strategy I've done. We have facade design pattern. The definition is facade design pattern provides a simple interface to complex subsystem. In Java, you hide the complexity of multiple classes, expose one simple class of the client to use. Simple explanation, instead of the client interact with many classes, the facade pattern gives one entry point that handle everything internally. Real world example, facing a node, inventory check, payment processing, shipping arrangement. The client calls order dot placeholder, and the Fargate handle all the steps. I will explain it within the with the drawing. Don't think about that theories. I will explain from here. Okay. Another thing, I will ask the question from, it's better there Sashini, but Sashini not there. So I will ask the question from my friend Nimant, the nearest friend. No? So Nimantha, you think you need to withdraw your money, then you go to the ATM machine, you enter your account number and amount you need to withdraw, then click OK button. What happened? You can get money or any kind of errors come up.
I need to enter passcodes.
Yeah. After you enter passcode, you can proceed it.
Yeah, I think.
Yes. Actually, when we go to the ATM machine, we are enter the required fields, the ATM machine after click OK button or any kind of so relevant button. The request goes to the backend side in a withdrawal request. Actually, we are trying to not deposit. This is a withdrawal request. We are send withdrawal request into our server side. Internal logic is very complex. We don't know anything about that code line. It is very, very complex. We haven't any idea about that. So after that code logic fine, that code logic everything fine. The response is ATM machine given the requested money amount. Then I think this scenario also all fine. All fine. Are you good at this? Is there have any doubt from here? Team.
Yes, it's good.
Okay. Everything fine, no? So then I going to example it with code. This is the ATM. This is a facade design pattern. I will explain this code. This is needed thing. Actually, this is the example only. This is not a real situation. Okay. You think team facade design pattern mainly do one thing. Facade design pattern give one thing. It always hide the subsystem complexity from the client or user. If we are working with the system, it gives very simple output to use the system through it, but it always hide internal complex logic. Internal complex logic we don't have C, but they gives one thing to use it like that. We have multiple operations there. Process calculation, process logic deductions are there when we are trying to withdraw money. Okay. Okay. Process calculation. Okay. This is the ATM. Actually, ATM has multiple operations internally processed when we are trying to withdraw the money. But we don't see that internal process. We don't see. But ATM gives one method. This is the very first one method. It gives process withdrawal. It gives this method. We can use this method then withdraw the money. I will do it once again. We are creating an ATM object. Then ATM gives process withdrawal method. That process withdrawal method is like defined is here. Process withdrawal method is defined inside in the ATM class. After I will call here, this is the method. Then I run it. I will run it. It gives like that output. But this is the output. Okay. Processing withdrawal money calculation. Processing deduction logics. Withdrawal successfully done. Actually, that part we are coded in here. You can see withdrawal successfully done. Process deduction logic here. And the other part was here. Processing withdrawal money calculation there. So many files there. But we are using one method here. All of the combination of those methods included one method. this is the facade design pattern given to user. User, you don't need to know internal logics or internal process. I will give you the one method. You can use it. You can access all of the thing in my internal. That's the thing facade design pattern gives. I think you can get some kind of idea from here. Actually, don't thoroughly think about the code lines and anything like objects. Everything fine, team? Have you have any doubts?
Understood, yes.
Okay. Prasad, Praneeth, Tarun, Danivanta? Are you
Yeah,
good?
good.
I'm also good, you know.
So, okay. So those are the main things I plan to discuss with you team today. Actually, thank you so much. Support me to continue the session. Yeah, the end the session now. Thank you all of you.
Okay, thank you, Yasit. Thank you for the session. I do have one question, Yasit. Maybe my question is so outdated because I'm just talking from the knowledge that I got from my university years. So the first design pattern you mentioned, the strategy design
Yeah.
pattern, right?
Yes, yes.
We learned something called method overriding, method overloading, right?
Yeah. Yes,
So
yes.
is it similar to this one or those two are two different things?
San, method overloading and method overriding is inside in the hidden concept in double OP. That's not the
Hmm.
design pattern.
Hmm.
Okay. Actually, I will say it. I'm very simply explain it because the code line has multiple concept. Uh, hmm. That strategy, San, you can see that
Hmm.
strategy I created with interface. Interface
Hmm.
mean common thing we can use every time, every user from here using this. This is the actual blueprint. Uh,
Hmm.
okay. Then Tarun the do one thing, implement the strategy. The in this code line happen, Tarun the implement the strategy. This is the overriding part. But we are normally using
Hmm.
extend because of
Hmm.
the reason we are using implement. The reason is this is the interface. We can't extend the interface using extend keyword. Okay,
Ah,
interface we can implement with that kind of keywords. That's our override. You think
overriding. Okay.
I try to remove this? It gives an error
Hmm.
because of the
Hmm.
reason strategy superclass contain string.
String.
So
Hmm.
we always maintain this. Okay.
Hmm.
Actually, this
Hmm.
is a contract. We can't break it. We only need to
Hmm.
follow this one.
Okay.
Then fine.
Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah. Now I got the difference, Yasit. Yeah.
okay.
Team, any other questions for Yasit? Okay. I think so, Yasit. So first of all, I felt like listening to a university lecturer from your session because you presented the ideas in a very basic way, and I really liked the way you used your whiteboard because honestly, I will not understand the one things that you had in the presentation until unless you showed this diagram, this river example. So after that, you gave an example from the real world and then you mapped it to code level. So that was really good. So I feel like you have a good path in lecturing areas as well in future. So really like that approach, Asit. And I was really happy because this is the last day of UFO's Tech Talks. I think Shard will also do one thing. But when we started, and now you guys have come to a point where you ask questions from us and giving us some new ideas, right? So that's a very proud moment for even three of us. So really good job done, Yasit, and wish you all the very best. And yeah,
Thank you
Praneeth,
so much,
Prasad
sir.
team, you can go ahead.
Very appreciate your feedback, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think I'm also really happy to this type of a presentation from Yasit. So I think everyone did a different presentations with different approaches, and we experience multiple approaches and all. It's not everything is different. I mean, yeah, unique style and all. So I think very good team.
Thank you.
Really, I think we are happy about the progress that you guys made so far.
Yeah, yes, it's, the way you explain using example is very interesting. Actually, I could understand everything using those examples. Yeah, that was a great question. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, Yashit. Actually, I like that last part, the design pattern part. Actually, thank you. Good job, yes.
Thank you, Ivan.
Like San also mentioned, right? The way you utilize this tool, the whiteboard, I think that is the part where you kept everyone engaged, other than anything else in your toolbox. So you utilized it well, and I like the fact that all of you chose different topics. So every time we came to a tech talk, it's something very different than the one we sat and listened to in the last week. So that is really good. And the way I think you all also can see how you guys improved, right? So you just have a little step back and imagine how you would have done the same thing like couple of months back, to be precisely 6 months back. If you had the same challenge 6 months back, how would you have done that? So I think before 6 months and now, there's a very big improvement, as Pranit mentioned, and we can't be happy more about anything else than seeing how you guys have evolved yourselves. So really good job, Yasit and team, and the things you explained, right? The same. I felt the exact same thing San has mentioned. It's like going to a lecture. So we are listening something. The lecturer is explaining, asking questions, and I think Yasit asked most of the questions than other sessions. I was really worried. Okay, well, what is this guy gonna ask me? Will I be able to answer? Like that kind of stress was there, and I feel like that. So thanks, Asit. Nice topic and nicely presented, and you use the contents, the tools nicely. All, good job.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, then thanks, team. I just need one favor from all of you. So, all four of you, please create a zip file, rename it with your name and your tech talk topic, and put it in our chat with the materials, your PPT and all. So, we'll keep it with us and we'll show it to our future generations as well. Can you do that, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you can put the zip file in our team's chat. So, I'll take it from there.
Okay.
Okay. Then thanks everyone. Have a great evening.
Thank you,
Bye.
team.
Thanks.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you, team.
Thanks, team.